What's up, manga fans? This is Raphael from C Manga, and welcome back to another review of Bleach. This week's chapter 614, Kill the King. Now, I have to say, I was damn right shocked and surprised with this chapter, and this shows when Kubo wants to do something different and something you wouldn't expect. This is one of those chapters. I definitely wasn't expecting this outcome, and it's just left me with one thing. Ichigo definitely did Aizen proud, as he managed to do what Aizen didn't. And if the outcome is what it is and the king is dead, he's killed the Soul King. And it's ironic because Ichigo, the saver of Soul Society, is now the destroyer. He even, was thanked by Arukyo back in the first invasion, thanks for coming to protect Soul Society. Now he's ended up inadvertently, against his own will, destroyed it, or going to destroy it, if things are, as I said, turning out the way it's going to be. So it's damn, I'm actually worried what's going to happen to him next time, because mentally this is going to be a massive emotional strain for him, in my opinion. I don't care who you are. Just imagine you've basically inadvertently wiped out a not a universe, but a dimension, and this is the one place you came to protect. That's completely gonna have some sort of toll on him. If Ichigo can come out of this with some sort of resolve, that even though he's upset, he's doesn't get too emo about it, then I would be happy. But as I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he's upset next chapter. That is really such a troll move from Juha. And as I said, it just shows you he is probably one of the worst, it's definitely the worst villain in Bleach so far. So other than all the depressing stuff that, with that outcome, we did have some interesting and quite funny stuff at the beginning. I mean, I was glad to see that, the rest of the Visoreds turn up, and, we always have the typical Hiyori, Shinji banter. But what made me laugh was when Urahara basically said, yeah, okay, now you can put the Shihaku shows on. And Hiyori obviously is probably the one out of all the Visors who still hasn't really forgiven the Shinigami. She was completely against it, and Love was basically, you know what, suck it up. Kensei and Rose were doing all their best. Like, can you really walk away with your head held up high if you refuse this? So it's making me think, is there a reason, that Urahara's making everyone wear the the Shinigami outfits? Like, obviously, Sutara made it. Maybe they need that to actually go up there or something, or I don't know. Or is it just, a metaphorical thing, and, he just wants everyone to unite, have the same kind of, I'll say, mental capacity or something like that, and basically forcing everyone to put their differences aside, particularly Hiyori. So I'm wondering what that's for. As I said, it was kind of random, Urahara saying, yeah, dress up now as a Shinigami. So it may be just, as I said, putting differences aside. I did like that the energy liquid from before was brought up, that we saw Yoriichi using back quite a few chapters ago. And it was interesting because Ruki was saying, oh, it's not even wet, and it's literally just like a matter in a way. It's literally just a substance. And I think it was explained before, but it was kind of explained a bit more detail in this one, when it's basically fuel, from the Dangai. They use it to travel to the Royal Palace, and this is also going to help with, the orbs they're charging up with the Ryatsu. It will cling to that, and then that will create a door that they'll be able to pass through, thanks to Ichigo destroying the barriers instead of them using a cannon. So this is where things get really interesting, because Soifo, and I'm really starting to love her character more and more now that we're seeing, like the true side of what we didn't see at the beginning of Bleach. And she chewed out Urahara big time, and he kind of deserved it, because when he was talking about the door, he basically said there's a risk that you may never be able to return once we go through this. And so everyone's like, oh, you're telling us that crap now. And he's like, well, I'm sorry. He's like, no, I don't mean that. It's like your kind of presumptuous attitude where you think that we're going to back away if we didn't know about the risk, or if you tell us the risk, we're going to cower away. We don't care for the risk. We're the Gote 13. It's like, if you were part of the Gote 13, you should know that. And we even have Ukatake and even Kenpachi himself saying a few words. So it was really good to see that, and I said I'm liking this side of Soifo now because it shows that her reason for hating Urahara is somewhat justified because he kind of does things on his own and assumes that other people are going to like not follow his plans. He's kind of not taking people's feelings or underestimating people, and you know, assuming that they're not going to follow through the plan. So yeah, Sofan was right. Thumbs up for me for that. And I like that he smiled and he's like, yeah, you're right, let's get this over with. So as it says, winding down to the end of the chapter, we see that most people believed that it was going to be Ichigo versus Yacht. I was not convinced, and I definitely think there was going to be a twist to this. And in fact, it turned out to be Ichigo versus the Soul King in some regards. And he basically was tricked and trolled by Yach, as I said already. And it was really weird how the Quincy blood was brought up again, because we thought that, you know, that would not really be brought up again in terms of that Ichigo's found out about all these origins and everything. So I thought, you know, there wouldn't be any sort of conflict with his powers anymore. But no, Yach basically said the sword's in him, you cut in the Soul King, you've come here to save him, there's nothing you can do. And it's like, watch as Soul Society is going to be destroyed. So Ichigo, obviously quick into action, Shumpo's over there, tries to pull it out, and he's like, Yachi's like, yeah, go ahead, pull that out, you're not going to be able to help him. He's like, watch as you destroy Soul Society. So I just assumed, okay, it's just going to be when he pulls it out, you know the kind of thing, he's going to be bleeding to death or something. But in fact, when Ichigo pulls it out, we see the kind of blood vein go all across his face, down to even over his clothes and up to his arm. It's like the sword was activating the Quincy blood in him, and his arm had a mind of its own and slashed down on the Soul King. So I was literally like, oh my god, did this just happen? Ichigo's killed the Soul King. And I'm thinking, what a bloody twist that was. So now he's obviously devastated. Yach is pretty much, you might as well say, victory is his. He came here to do what he wanted, and he's like, enjoy it and watch the Soul Society become nothing, basically disappear and destroy. And we see the Serete basically crumbling at the end of the chapter. So it's bloody mad how that happened, and I think it was brilliant. I don't care what anyone says, Kubo really did a very wicked twist with this thing. It was very, bad on Ichigo in that regard, and it was quite cruel, but it was brilliantly done, and I'm just looking forward to see what happens next time. As I said, I think Ichigo might suffer a bit of a mental strain from this, but hopefully he'll pull through. Hopefully Shinigami friends will come along, in particular Rukia could come and, boost his confidence if he does fall, but I'll see what will happen with that. So yeah, it's leaving me to think what will happen next time. Maybe the elite guard actually might not even be able to get there, and they might be intercepted by, the elite guard. There's still Ishtar and Hashwald missing in action, where they, and as I said, there's so much things to look forward to. If the Soul Society is really destroyed, is it going to be resurrected into a different world or some sort of reconstruction or something like that? There's so many things to think, and I'm really looking forward to it. As I said, definitely an amazing chapter. That twist was brilliant. I was not expecting that. I already said I wasn't expecting Ichigo versus Yach, but I was definitely not expecting Ichigo to actually inadvertently kill the Soul King if he is dead. But as I said, it looks like it because the Soul Society is, crumbling away. So that's all I can say. Love this chapter. It pretty much had everything that could please a Bleach fan in there, if in my opinion. All the characters that you want to see were there. The plot did move quite quickly, and that twist at the end was brilliant. So bring on next week. I cannot wait for that. So you guys know the usual. If you enjoy this chapter, let me know what you think. Give me your theories about what you expect to happen next, what you feel about this chapter, and also have a look at our channel, and I'll speak to you guys next week. Take care.